Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about private podcasts, paid podcasts, and how to set it up on Kajabi. We're diving into one of Kajabi's most powerful features, which is creating a paid podcast. If you've been looking for ways to monetize your expertise through audio content without juggling multiple platforms, you're in the right place. Kajabi has evolved into the ultimate all-in-one solution for content creators, and their podcast feature is game changer. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to move an existing podcast behind a paywall, I'll walk you through the entire process step by step. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to set up, launch, and monetize a private podcast that your subscribers will love. So let's get started. Before we dive into the technical setup, let's talk about why a paid podcast might be right for you. First, it creates an exclusive revenue stream. While free podcasts rely on sponsorships or using the podcast to sell other products, a paid podcast generates direct income from subscribers who value your premium content. So that's the first reason. Second, it allows you to create deeper and more valuable content for your most dedicated followers. When people pay for content, they're more engaged and committed to implementing what you actually teach. Third, Kajabi makes it incredibly simple by handling everything in one place. From hosting to distribution, payments, and even analytics. No more juggling multiple platforms or paying for separate podcast hosting places. Finally, you get to bundle your podcast with other offers or use it as an upsell for existing products, which creates more of a robust system for you and for your audience. So let's talk about the first step, which is you have to set up an account on Kajabi, which will take you a couple of minutes. You can sign up for a free 30-day trial using my link in the description. And this gives you an opportunity to test things out before you fully commit. Kajabi does offer different pricing tiers, but I would suggest if you're just setting up a paid podcast that you just start with the Kickstarter plan, because all you need is one product. Once you've logged in, you're going to navigate over to the product section, and let me share that with you. So once you log in, you're going to navigate over to, you're going to be on the dashboard. You're going to navigate over to the product section, and you're going to go to new product, and then you're going to go to podcast. As you can see, it says create and publish episodes, distribute to all major listening apps, and monetize your podcast all from one dashboard. So the features include the ability to import your podcast, audio content, podcast distribution, a podcast homepage, analytics, and also a paid feed. So let's get started. The first thing you have to decide is whether you're going to create a new podcast or you're importing an existing podcast. For today, we're just going to create a new one. But if you did click import, it would ask you information about your currently existing podcast, such as your RSS feed and a few other questions to get started. But for today, we're just going to create a new podcast. So we need to name the podcast. When you're thinking about naming your show, you want to make sure that it's clear and compelling so that your audience knows exactly what they're getting into. So for today's test that we're going to create a podcast called Mindfulness for CEOs. It's going to be hosted by myself, Evolve Benton. Brief description: a daily podcast that explores ways CEOs can add mindfulness to their business strategy. Now we get to decide whether it would be public or private. If it's public, anyone can access this podcast on their favorite listening app for free. If it's private, paid subscribers can access this podcast on their own private feed. So for today, we're doing a paid one. The next is you to set up your configurations for your podcast setting. So you need to decide what language it's going to be in. For this podcast, we're doing English. What category will it be under? Ours is going to be business and entrepreneurship. And the way you decide on the categories, you really got to think to yourself, what is my ideal listener? Who do I want to find it? Because if folks listen to a lot of entrepreneur and business podcasts, they will find yours. However, if you're more connected to marketing or investing, or maybe you're doing an educational show and you know that your audience listens to that, you want to be where your audience is going to be. So think clearly about what category you want to be in. List in serial order. So if we do this, episodes will appear from oldest to newest, split up by season. Okay, let's do that. Why not? So you can either do that or you could do episodic, which means episodes will appear newest to oldest. I think for this one, we're just doing episodes. We're not necessarily do seasons. So we'll start here. Now you're setting up your podcast appearance. This is how it will look, and this is the brand. This is one of the parts that I really love about Kajabi, is that it allows us to do that. So if you already have your brand colors and you know them, you could just go on and set that up so that your player looks like your brand colors. And then you also can set up a JPEG. So we'll bring in, I think we do have one that we can bring in. This one is a little bit off-centered, so let's see if we can, not the right size for this one. So we'll cancel that for now. So you want to make sure that you get one that is the right size. So it needs to be this 3000 by 3000. So let's see if we have something in here that is actually that size. Okay, I'm just gonna do a photo of myself for that for now. And then we can always come in and update that. What you'll want to do is go on Canva or your favorite graphic design space and create some type of logo that will go in here. You can also hire someone on Fiverr or someone on your team. And I love that photo of me. I think that's cute. So we're going to go to continue. So since this is a paid podcast, we need to set up payment. What I've seen in the marketplace is one-time payment, anything from $300 to $500, one-time lifetime payment. I've also seen folks do subscription models that are anywhere between $15 to $50 a month, depending on the topic. So for this one, we're just going to do a one-time payment. But as you could see, you could do multiple things. You could do multiple payments requiring people to pay weekly, monthly, or yearly. You could do a subscription, which is usually once a month, or you could do one-time payments here. So we'll do a one-time payment of $99, make it easy for our CEOs to decide this. And the reason I'm doing $99, the way I think about pricing, y'all, mindfulness for CEOs, like many CEOs don't even think that they need to take care of themselves. So the fact that they're listening to this, we want them to make it easier barrier entry. And I think $99 for a lifetime access is easier barrier of entry for them. Like they're not going to feel like they're, it's biting them too much. It's like one therapy session you can pay to get access to this mindfulness podcast. And you can also set it up where you let customers pay what they want. This means that the minimum price will be $99, but people could pay $200 or $300 if they wanted to support or pay you more. We're going to turn that on because why not? Maybe there'll be some CEOs who are like, this is way worth more than $99. So let's do that. Then we're going to add in the payment method. As I've showed you all in videos before, Kajabi Payments is probably the best way to set this up because then people can utilize Afterpay or Klarna if they need to when going through the payment process with you. So we've got that set up. So now we're going to save and finish. Okay, great. So now we're on the back end. We've created our first setup for our podcast. So let's see how it looks before we create our first episode. So if we go over here to the review, it is actually on our Speaking for Profit page. And as you can see, it says Mindfulness for CEOs, hosted by Evolve, Benton, the daily podcast that explores ways CEOs can add mindfulness to their business strategy. And then we don't have any episodes yet because we haven't uploaded any, but this is what it would look like when people sign in to that particular product. So let's go back here and I want to just show you a couple of things and then we'll upload an episode just so you can see what upload is like. This is all test, y'all. We haven't created this as a podcast, but if you think that a Mindfulness for CEOs podcast would be helpful, I want to put that in the comments. Maybe it's something that we'll create. So the first thing I want us to look at is analytics. Currently, we don't have any analytics because we haven't uploaded anything, but this is where that would live. And the analytics that they would give you is total downloads, apps. This data might not be here because this is a private podcast. If it was public, you'd be able to see what apps folks listen on more, devices, devising operating system, top countries, and top episodes by downloads. And then also getting stacks from direct providers. So let's say this was a public podcast, you would need to connect it to Apple and Spotify so that you can make sure that those stats are coming in as well. The next thing is subscribers. So once folks subscribe or purchase this, they will be listed under your current subscribers. So you'll be able to see who your listeners are, what episodes they listen to. I love having that data. And then settings. So if you ever wanted to go in and change like we did today, like let's say we did actually get a logo that we wanted to put for this podcast, we can come in and change that. We could also disable episodes from being downloaded if we don't want folks downloading them. We could also say that the podcast has explicit content. We could change the categories. We could add more categories here. When we go into that, we could set up the customization differently. So you're always able to go in and edit. Okay, great. The other thing I wanted to share with you is you see this link right here. This is going to be your RSS feed. Many like places, like if you were to upload this to YouTube or iHeartRadio or any of the other places, they might ask you for your RSS feed link. This is going to be that right here that you can access to that. So let's create our first podcast here. So we'll go to new, then we'll name it. Let's say it's how to lead in the moment. Episode type. It's just the episode, not a bonus, not a trailer. If we wanted to create a season, we could. That's optional. And then the notes. So you always want to have podcast show notes. This episode is all about how to lead with grace. And then you're going to upload. Now, what we want to know about the uploading is that it's up to 250 megabytes and it's audio. So it needs to be an MP3 file. So we'll browse and then you'll upload it. We're not going to upload anything because we don't have anything for this, but let's see. Let's just upload an audio file. Why not? You can always delete this. Let me see if I can find an audio file to upload. Might have some MP3s, might not. Okay, here goes one. So we'll just upload this as a sample so you can see it. All right, we've got it uploaded, right? And then this, right, it's already showing up on the player. Add episode. And then let's go over and see what it looks like on the page. So, it says no episodes found. Let's see what that means on the back end. Oh, it's not scheduled. So it says unscheduled. So let's see. Preview. Okay, there it goes. How to lead in the moment. People can play it. Bam. They can also download it. They can also share it if they wanted to. So this is great. This is great. This is a great setup. This is really promising with Kajabi. So now it shows us the length. It shows us the downloads. We can view analytics on it if we wanted to. We can review it. We can copy that episode link and put it in places. So it's pretty much all set up. And we have one offer created for it. So if we go over here, this is a page that we'll have to go in and update. Currently, nothing's probably on the checkout page because we haven't done that. But as you can see, it's $99 or more, but we'll need to go in and add more information about the podcast. This will be the page that you use for selling. This is like your checkout page. And then what we were just setting up on Kajabi is our product. Okay, we've set up how to create an episode, upload the file. Okay, so let's talk about, now that we're here on the sales page, let's talk about it. Kajabi does a great job of laying this out. So what you'll want to do is a couple of things to make sure that your page stands out. So you're going to go here. Number one, let's turn this banner off because this is probably not our brand colors. And Kajabi already tells you what to put: a clear call to action statement, what they'll get, and any additional disclaimers. So we're going to say a daily podcast to help the CEOs implement mindfulness into their business strategy. Jeez. There we go. Value 1, daily podcast that delivers, that supports the CEO mindset. Let's just say less than 10 minutes a day. Lifetime access, right? This is a private podcast and exclusive for its listeners. Yeah. And we always want to do a little spell check. I got Grammarly on here, help us out. Then we save it. Bam, that's going to add that information in for us. So you can add more. You can add, you can go back and you can always add a form, collect more information. You can add a photo of yourself, like if we wanted to, more about the podcaster, you can add that as well, but you decide. I will do a video on checkout pages as well that you can check out on this channel. But for now, this is the basics. You want to make sure you have a heading and you want to make sure you tell people what they're going to get and that they have the ability to pay. So because we set it up on the back end, people can pay with card, Afterpay, Klarna, or PayPal. Now, one thing I'll show you here, when you do have people signing up, if you go over here, you click additional settings. I always say that people do not need to log in, right? Especially if they've already got a product. If you want to have some type of service agreement, like saying it's refundable or not refundable, you could have that as well. And then you can also decide if you want to have like different type of menus on the navigation page at the bottom. I'd like to keep it blank so that people just focus on one thing, but that's totally up to you. So now that we've talked a little bit about how to set up the podcast, let's talk a little bit about how you can promote this. It's great to know how to set it up, but if you don't get listeners and downloads, you're kind of just talking to yourself in the air, right? So there's a few ways that you can promote your paid podcast. And here are some effective strategies that I've seen work. Launch a free podcast episode or mini series as a teaser. This gives pivotal subscribers a taste of your content. So you could drop 1 or 2 episodes for free and then let people know as a cliffhanger that if they want to get more access to it, they need to pay for the paid podcast. That's the number one way you could promote it. Number 2 is leverage your existing audience through email marketing, social media, and your website. Kajabi has a great email marketing system and it's perfect for this. So your current email list, you could launch this like you will launch any other product and let them know that they can get access to it. What I usually like to do is add some urgency. So if you also wanted to share with them that it's at a certain price for a certain amount of time or a certain price for email subscribers, that kind of moves people to purchasing a little bit sooner. I know even for me, if it's a creator that I love and they've got an item or a product for a limited time and a limited price, I'm gonna jump in and get it. So for your diehard fans and audience and clients, they'll be sure to get that. So that's the second way. You want to leverage your current audience and use email marketing. Third way is to create content that drives people to your podcast. This could be your YouTube videos, blog posts, social media content that addresses the related topic. So I could do like a newsletter on LinkedIn that's about mindfulness. And then at the end, tell folks if they want to listen or hear more, go over to the paid podcast. You could always plant that in your current content because people are going to want more of it. And this is an opportunity for them to get more access to you and get more access to your framework. And then the fourth way to consider promoting your podcast is consider the mass appeal method we work with, seeing like on platforms like YouTube. create content that appeals to a broader audience, but leads them to a more specialized paid content. So for instance, we have this mindfulness for CEOs, but I could probably just post like meditation and mindful videos on YouTube for free to a mass audience, a broader audience, not just CEOs. And then the folks who are CEOs, I could have a link in there that says, hey, if you're a business owner and you need support with your mindfulness strategies, go on and purchase this amazing paid podcast, right? You could do that. So those are 4 ways to consider promoting. Remember, the key to successful promotion is clearly communicating the unique value proposition that you have for your audience and why they can't get this information anywhere else, especially because podcasts are free. You want to be able to share with folks why it's important for them to get this paid podcast. So creating a paid podcast on Kajabi is a powerful way to monetize your expertise while providing exceptional value to your audience. The platform handles all the technical aspects for you, allowing you to focus on creating content. And today we've covered a little bit about how to set up your Kajabi account, creating your private podcast, setting up your pricing offer, creating compelling episodes on there, how to build out the sales and checkout page, how to promote it. And we also talked a little bit how to look at the data on the back end once you start to upload. So do me a favor, put in the comments, when are you going to start your paid podcast? What's the name? And if you want to get started today, you can get started with Kajabi. Use my 30-day trial. And then you have 30 days to create as many episodes as possible, put them out to your audience, and start to monetize. But put that in the comments. When are you planning on getting started with your podcast? What's the name? And will it be paid or will it be free? Because you can do either here on Kajabi. So thank you so much for using your most valuable resource with me, which is your time. I appreciate you. And until the next episode, peace.